Are you guys ready to see Tesla stock hitting 500? Neither am I, but these stock option traders, these technical analysis people that look at the charts all day and, predict these things here and there. I mean, I don't accept that. I'm a fundamental investor. I look in fundamentals, I look at macro environment, and I see what's the probability of a certain outcome is, give that a percentage, a realistic one, and that's how I get with my price targets and all that kind of stuff. And again, I'm not a technical analysis. I don't look at the stock every day. Well, I do look at it every day, but I don't have daily price targets like how these guys do. But some of these guys, they were spot on. They called the bottom. Some of them called the bottom precisely, and now they're calling an all-time high at $500 per share, which is insane. And this is a fun video. We're gonna get down to it. It's really flippin' interesting. But before we do, I've already told you guys how I think it could already hit $500. By when, I don't know. But $500 is definitely possible because after adjusted inflation, $500 is the new 414, the previous Tesla's all-time high. So if we want to hit all-time highs with the same purchasing value, we have to hit 500, and I do think that's in the cards for Tesla next year. Not this year. This year is about to end, but next year. And of course, my price target of 2025, you guys can check here what it is. It's much higher than that by end of 2025. But let's get down to it. Some of these guys have some crazy predictions, and it's a sheesh moment. So smash that like button if you haven't already, and hit subscribe because I'm pumped. Let's go. So Mike investing here, he's an options trader. And here's the thing when it comes to options, they can see the future in a way. They can see a certain price target by a certain year or certain date of how expensive it's trading. That is the bet of what the stock price could be, or what investors are betting, or gamblers in this case, or option traders, betting on that price for that particular time. Means that confidence is high. Not necessarily means it'll happen, but these guys could tell you what the future could look like. And things can change, right? If macro environment goes wrong, I mean, if Trump backstabs Elon, that can change completely. But at the moment, that's what it's showing. And he's saying, Mike Investing is saying that I'm calling it again. In April of this year, when Tesla was at 150, I predicted it would easily double within 6 months. It more than doubled in 6 months. Now here we are with Tesla sitting over $350 per share. This time, I predict Tesla stock will reach $500.16, very specific, by January 20th of 2025. Mark my words, man, January 20th. We're talking about 7 weeks time from the recording of this video. What the heck? Dude, that's Trump's inauguration. He's predicting that Tesla stock can hit $500 by Trump's inauguration. I'm not ready, dude. I'm ready for the stock to go up. Okay, we had 2-3 years of buying opportunity, and we already know how Tesla stock behaves. But to see it actually happening, I just need more Tesla share, guys. I know I have over 1,000, but I just need more. I'm just not ready. I'm ready, but I'm not ready. You know what I mean? It's absolutely crazy. $500 by January 20th. The next one here by Tommy JR saying that Tesla monthly plus 38%, explosive month. 1 year about to cross a 3-year MA. The last time that happened, it ran for years. He's talking about 2020. And if we're there right now, look, all this I will accept if Q4 is a very strong beat for earnings and deliveries. For deliveries, we'll get beginning of January 2nd, and we'll go live for that as well. And the third week or the end of second week of January for the Q4 earnings. If we can get those, which is quite interesting because Q4 earnings is a couple days before the inauguration. So if Tesla beats earnings, then we could probably see $500. Whoa, I just realized while making this video. Sheesh. Okay, but that's what I'm saying. Q4 needs to be crazy good. And I'll be going live for that as well. But Tommy's saying here is that we should hit somewhere between 375 and 415 by end of the year. You guys already know my price target of this year is 350, and I haven't changed it for the whole year of 2023 and the whole year of 2024. Everyone was calling me crazy, but now we hit 350, they're calling me bearish, which is quite funny. But this is why you gotta put these emotions aside and look at the fundamentals, and why I'm so confident with my 2025 price target, which you guys can watch in the card in the corner. But 375 to 415 essentially is saying $400 per share by end of the year, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see that. Directional investor here also says that Harami got to think the bottom is in at this point. I mean, it's been in for a long time, but I think he's talking about in the 300 ranges. I will be a buyer of dips from here till 400. I am buyer of any dips that happens. Any red days, I'm dollar cost averaging. Because at this point, there's a whole lot less downside than there is upside. There's a lot of good reasons why this stock should continue its trend going higher and higher. Tesla stock overnight became the safest stock and risk-free because of Trump winning. There's really no reason to bet against this company, short against this company, especially now they're going through their next growth phase. The EPS and growth will justify the stock price as we keep going. And we know Tesla stock is always going to be trading at a premium. If it's not, either there's a market crash or, well, really there's no other or here. It's just a big market crash. Tesla will always be trading at a premium. And then Tesla Tracker here, I got to give my hat off to him. He called the bottom perfectly of 138. He's saying here, come on, I called the bottom on 138.80. He absolutely did. You could have bought every dip since then and been one of the most successful traders in 2024. I love you, man. And if we go back to his receipts, January 29th, he's been given scenarios that 138.33 could be a potential bottom. And he was spot on. Like I would say stock went down as low as 138.80, I think it was, as he said. I mean, he's been spot on. He's crazy. And now he's saying that the stock could reach as high as $710 per share in 2025. Again, it's mind-blowing. It hurts my brain. It's crazy. You guys can check that video here. I made a video about this separately, which is absolutely insane. But that's shout out to Tesla Tracker, man. That bottom was crazy. That bottom was flipping crazy. Another technical analysis here, and she is apparently one of the good ones there as well. Her name is Real Blondie Broker, saying that I believe is working on its fifth wave into December and January timeframe. The 2.618 extension, I have no idea what that is at $399, $400 per share. So she's also saying the stock can reach 400 by end of December or early January, which is just, again, I wouldn't be surprised if I see that. That's going to be insane. And if we can get a strong delivery number and a strong earnings for Q4, there's really no reason why we shouldn't be in the 400s, right? If there's a miss on one of them, mainly the earnings, then maybe in the 350s, high 300s, just ranging the 300s. It's hard to value it at this time when that happens, especially if guidance won't be as good. But I do think guidance is going to be very, very, very strong. And whether it's a miss or a beat, if it's a beat, it'll be a stronger pull. If it's a miss, it'll be a little bit gradual. But I think mainly it's guidance. If guidance is going to be as good as it was back in Q3, oh man, get ready, dude. It's going to be flipping awesome. It's going to be flipping a sheesh moment. It's going to be insane. Nonetheless, $399 to $400 per share, which is absolutely a sheesh moment. Guys, look, it's crazy that just literally 6 months ago, everyone was like calling the stock to go in the 150s, 140s when it was in the high 180s, 190s. That was absolutely crazy. And it was these same technical or option traders that they were saying like, hey, we could go lower because of volume, all this kind of stuff, whatever it is. I don't understand it. I don't want to understand it. I just want to buy and hold for the long term. That's what I am. I'm an investor, not a trader. But it's crazy that some of these guys were right, and some of these guys were the guys that I mentioned here. They were right. And now they're calling for $500 per share by like this January, which is in flipping. It's crazy. It's crazy. If they're right then I may have to pay attention to what they're doing, what they're talking about. But other than that, I just look at my fundamentals and go forward on that. But that's insane. Literally every single technical analysis is now saying, even the professional ones are saying that, yeah, the stock is, you don't want to short it, man. Right now ain't a time to short. And I don't think it's time to short for the next 4 years when Trump is in, unless Trump and Elon's relationship gets deteriorated, which I don't think that's going to happen. That's the only time that I would probably consider maybe it'll go lower. And if it does, I'll just buy more, simple as that. But I highly doubt that. Man, the next 4 years for Tesla shareholders and Tesla and them itself, it's going to be a golden year. And just for America, dude, it's going to be a golden flipping 4 years, given that there won't be any black swan event like another COVID or maybe another pandemic or maybe hopefully not a world war. Those things, I think that likely of that has gone very, very low because it just doesn't make any sense out for a world war to start because it just doesn't make any sense. But other things, you never know. You just never know. There's other ways of warfare other than just going to war that we don't know that could happen within the next 4 years that nobody knows. Nobody had Russia-Ukraine under Biden. Nobody, right? So let's see what happens for the next 4 years. But nonetheless, with all the policies coming that Trump has and Elon's next to him, it's going to be an amazing 4 years for America and for democracy and for Tesla shareholders. It's going to be a sheesh moment. And for Tesla investors, there's so much news coming out of Tesla. It's hard to keep up. So sometimes I go live like I did in this video covering version 13. Version 13 is here, guys. Well, employees first, but then It's going out. It's going out, and the technology is insane. I'm starting because I'm freaking excited. Woo. But check that video, guys, out. It's timestamped, so don't worry. Subscribe, guys. Get your About the Tip t-shirt or your she shirt, and I shall see you guys in the next video. See ya.